Clearly, I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, clearly.
But that's beside the point. So I started the band. I had like a couple of bands. I started my band Cheater, and um,
In New York.
in New York,
So you're playing around.
playing the gigs.
What venues were you playing? Like Mercury Lounge? Was that there then?
Mercury Lounge had not opened yet, but eventually played there.
What were like what venues are still
CBGB's.
CBGBs?
Well, CB's is gone.
Right.
Played at Brownies. I think Brownies is still there, right? We played at.
What about the Village Underground?
Where is that?
It's like West Village, somewhere. You go downstairs. It's like a small venue, but I feel like it's been there a long time. I bet it changed hands.
Yeah, yeah. It's like on Third Street, or
Yeah, it's like on Third
yeah.
Street.
We played there. We played there.
What
We played at
about?
a bunch of places. I don't remember all of them. We did a lot of gigs in New York. We
Yeah,
toured New York.
really.
Yeah.
Do you play it all the time?
Um, we went through phases where we played a lot, but never like it was never like a weekly thing. Oh, but then I'll tell you when we started Hedwig, there was and actually this fellow just died. Don Hill was a had a club called Don Hill's,
Oh yeah,
and
Don Hills.
and Don just died a couple of days ago. And his memorial service was yesterday. Um, but Don had this great club, and the club started a club night called Squeezebox. And the idea at Squeezebox was that in addition to a bunch of other things, there'd be drag queens would be backed up by a live punk rock band every
Hmm.
week, doing a different sort of punk drag review. And I was the band leader. I was like the Paul Schaefer of
Hmm.
punk rock.
You were there every
drag
week playing?
every week, learning all the songs during the week, and then we did. We're part of the show. We're on the stage with the drag queens.
Hmm. So
Dancing,
this
like,
inspired you to do.
yeah, and that was sort of part of the inspiration for Hedwig, and so we started it there.
Wow. You started at Don Hills?
Yes.
Wow. At what point? So you were doing Hedwig as you were moving around a little bit before it ended up in the theater you're telling me about, which is now the Jane
Yeah.
Hotel.
Yeah, we did like that gig, and we did like a gig at Fez. Do you know Fez?
Yeah.
Um, our gigs at Fez were always very funny because the only slots we would get would be after the real show.
Hmm.
So there'd be like a show, and then they would give us like 1 in the morning or 2 in the morning. It was actually very much like Hedwig because our first gig there, it was an all-star tribute to Burt Bacharach,
Oh, really?
and we couldn't go on till like 2 in the morning, and we're like backstage waiting to go on, and everyone else there is a huge star. So there's
Yeah.
like Debbie Harry and Jay Mascis and just all these big stars are there.
Wow.
We're like standing by the ice machine in the back as they're like leaving and being really happy about being so famous. And
Yeah.
then we went on at like 2 in the morning.
And you did your
And
show?
it was like a 45-minute version of Hedwig,
Wow.
and then it just kept getting longer and longer and longer until eventually it became.
You
a
say
full
Hedwig.
show.
You don't say Hedwig. Isn't the W pronounced as V?
Yes,
So I mean, that's how it would be pronounced in
yes,
overseas.
Hedwig.
Hedwig. Yeah.
Yes, Schwartzman.
Schwartzman. Vodka.
Vodka.
With a W. So
But you would be Robert Schwartzman.
Schwartzman. That's what they say.
Schwartzman.
Schwartzman. So, okay, so
You're not looking at me.
sorry. I'm dying. Okay, wait. So tell me quickly
Yeah.
about what you told me before about how Hedwig almost closed before, like how like it was in this hotel.
Oh yeah.
I'll repeat what you told me from my memory, which was it was an off-Broadway production, and there was a theater owner that created a theater for you in a hotel that was a total like druggy shithole, like scary place to go to.
Yeah.
Bulletproof glass at the lobby, and then there was an area that was for you. There was also your dressing room was way at the top of the hotel,
Mm-hmm.
away from the stage, so you had to like go
6th floor.
Sixth
in
floor.
a tower.
and passing all the junkies and all the people who lived there or who worked there, and the
Yes.
whores that worked there.
Yes.
So and it was like 250 people around that size in the theater,
Mm-hmm.
and tickets were like $35,
Yep.
and it was got great reviews right away,
Right off the bat.
right off the bat. Great reviews, talked about show around town, word of mouth, and but it still struggled,
Struggled.
and it was losing a lot of
A
money,
lot of money.
and the investors had committed a certain amount of money, and they were losing money.
Yeah.
And then everything turned around when it was
Time
the
magazine wrote their review.
and what they say.
They said that uh, the songs were the best score.
Yeah. Sorry.
Best rock score written for the stage since maybe ever.
That was the quote.
Yeah.
And then that quote turned it all around.
Yeah. You just Time magazine, best rock musical ever. I mean, you edit it down. Best rock musical ever. Time magazine. That carries a lot of weight. And all of a sudden, we started selling tickets.
And then after that, it ran for another 2 years.
Another 2 years.
And
we still struggled at times after that, but that we went through that nice phase of like. I mean, there's always a lot of. It was always kind of like a big stop on the like celebrity tour. Like we always had celebrities in the dressing room, but the quality of the celebrities bumped up.
Right. How about this?
Not the quality, but the you moved into sort of like legend territory where it's just
right. Who was someone that you will always remember meeting at that show, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're here.
Lou Reed and Laurie Anderson. I cried when I saw Lou Reed in the audience.
Really?
Yes, right there on the stage.
Wow.
I always remember meeting Robert Kennedy Jr. I remember Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell coming in.
Wow. And they came to the backstage?
Yeah, everyone came backstage.
Up to the top?
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
Bob Mould, of course, who had been a big idol of mine for many years, and he came and we became very good friends. I became his dog sitter.
Wow.
Pete Townsend gave me a standing ovation.
Wow. That's awesome.
So that was pretty awesome. And we went out to dinner.
Nice.
That was nice.
That's cool.
And who didn't come?
Yeah.
It's really the question. Who didn't come?
I mean, they were all there.
Everybody came.
They were all there.
Linda McCartney died that summer, so Paul Linda didn't.
They didn't make it. They didn't.
Very sad. Not that they didn't come, but that she died.
Yeah.
But Joey Ramone, and that's my favorite punk rock heroes. And David Bowie was there. Madonna came the same night as Elliott Smith.
And they all really liked it.
Yeah.
They were all sitting loving that stuff. You could tell.
Madonna acted like a petulant child, but I was told later that she liked it.
Really?
Elliott Smith said very nice things.
Oh, cool.
He came to the dressing room. He was a very nervous kind of guy. All the guys from the Stone Temple Pilots came, and I eventually became a very good friend with those guys.
Is that when you started playing with them? After that?
It was after that. They actually backed us up, and then I started playing with them. And,
oh, cool.
And in the movie of Hedwig, when you're at Tommy Gnosis's rock show, and there's shots of the audience, it's actually the Stone Temple Pilots.
Oh, really? That's cool.
It's either their audience or there's this shot of them of a band on the stage. You can't really see the band. It's the Stone Temple Pilots.
That's awesome.
I can't remember which one it is, but it was there. It was definitely their crowd.
Right. What about this question? Had that Time magazine article, had it never come out, would there have been a movie made?
No. Or maybe, I don't know, but it would have been very, would have been like
very, very low budget.
Yeah. It been shot on high 8.
So you were able, with that article, you were able to take the buzz to even hire a place.
Yeah.
And get the money to make a movie.
We were already having some buzz, but very sort of low level conversations.
Right.
No, that thing really changed it.
Yeah.
And then Rolling Stone did great big puff piece about us. And
Did you ever? Do you remember the name of the writer that wrote that article?
the Rolling Stone.
No, the Time magazine one.
It was whoever their theater writer was. I don't remember.
I wonder if he knows. Was it he?
Yeah,
I wonder if he knows how what he.
I'm
Oh,
sure.
great.
I mean, I don't know if he knows that we were losing $15,000 a week and that we had $45 in the bank
Right.
when that review came out, but exactly how close we came to closing.
The power of an article.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah. And Time magazine, I didn't really think, because I figured a good review in the New York Times that would be enough.
Yeah.
Or
With all the press you had.
Yeah, we had a lot of press. And
Yeah.
we were always in the gossip columns because we always had these celebrities coming, like Glenn Close was there
Wow.
on a regular basis. And
Really?
Regular basis. She came. Yeah.
She's there every night.
She practically lived there.
Yeah.
No, she came a few times. She brought Robert Kennedy Jr.
Oh wow.
That was kind of exciting just to meet a
Yeah,
Kennedy.
that's awesome.
It's like, oh, you're a Kennedy.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
And he
crazy.
looked like a Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I'm Robert Kennedy Jr. You're like, yeah, you are, aren't you? It just
Yeah.
looks.
Right.
They look like Kennedys.
Is he a tall guy?
Tall.
Really?
Yeah, blue eyes. Just,
Really tall guy?
Yeah, just gorgeous. Yeah, it's tall. He's just beautiful. Like smart, well-spoken, beautiful, piercing eyes. You're like, I would vote for him.
Was he with Glenn Close at the time?
Yeah.
They were seen each other?
Oh no, I don't know. I don't think so. No,
Oh.
They were just friends.
And then okay. And then
So we ran. It's just
Yeah.
and we had our show and lots of awards, a lot of year-end awards too.
Yeah.
And the constant parade of famous people. So you could go. It was like one of those places like the restaurants that people are like, oh, go to that restaurant because you'll see famous people. The show was like that.
Oh wow.
Like you'd go and
So-
3 out of 7 shows a week.
If
you
there
would see a famous person.
if Twitter or Facebook existed around that time,
Oh my god.
you'd be trending.
Oh yeah, you'd be totally trending. Yeah, I mean, it'd be like if you went a few nights a week, you'd be like, oh, there's REM.
You saw Britney Spears at
Yeah.
the Hedwig show.
Yeah, at the Hedwig.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
so
I mean, I
crazy.
guess she would have come.
Right?
When my friend Donovan did it out here in Los Angeles, I went to the opening with Dean from Stone Temple Pilots, and we sat next to Paris Hilton.
They did the whole show here?
Yeah.
Oh wow. When was that?
2 years ago, the Roxy.
The whole show?
Yeah.
I went to a show at the Roxy, and Donovan did. They were wanting to do Phantom of the Paradise as a whole show.
Yeah.
So I saw him do some songs,
Of Phantom of the Paradise.
and from Hedwig. Like they did both.
He did like a little a combination.
Yeah.
No, but he did the whole Hedwig,
Oh wow.
the full Hedwig,
Wow.
the full inch.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it was really good, and the band was like really raucous.
Yeah.
So you couldn't understand, you couldn't hear the lyrics at all.
Would you ever do it in LA again? Like try to do like an off-Broadway style show, like of that size? Like, do you have any interest in doing that?
Me personally,
Not you playing, but trying to organize that. So it's
not
always
not
around.
organized. I mean, our feeling about it, because when we first started getting all that kind of national press, and we're going to make the movie and all that stuff, we thought, oh, we can now we're like a big hit, and we can license this thing, and it'll go to Boston, and it'll go to Chicago, and all these other cities. But and we licensed the rights for a lot of money. But when you license the rights for a lot of money, then they have to make that money back. So then we ended up. So in New York, we had a $35 ticket, and a 258-seat theater. It was really intimate.
Mm-hmm.
And in Boston, which is not, it's not as big a city. It's like a tenth the size. It was a $75 ticket,
And a
and a
bigger.
500 or
Oh,
700 seat theater that kind of sucked.
Right.